Our first Unscramble video was a hit, so we have 20 new books for you to unscramble. Bible books from both the Old and New Testament. Let's see how many you can get right and where you fall on our Milk to Manna Bible knowledge scale. Ready? Let's get started. The New Testament book of Jude. The Old Testament book of Samuel. The Old Testament book of Judges. The New Testament book, the Gospel of John. The Old Testament book of Amos. The Old Testament book of Lamentations. The New Testament book of James. The Old Testament book of Numbers. Another one of our Gospels in the New Testament, the book of Luke. The Old Testament book of Hosea. And a quick reminder to our viewers that when you hit that like and subscribe button, you are directing YouTube to push God's Word out. The New Testament book of Timothy. The Old Testament book of Nahum. The New Testament book of Titus. The New Testament book to the Church of Philippi, Philippians. The Old Testament book about our favorite queen, Esther. The book of Ephesians. The Old Testament book of Habakkuk. The Old Testament book of Obadiah. The last book of the Old Testament, the book of Malachi. The Old Testament book of Chronicles. Make sure to play all of our Bible games in our Books of the Bible game playlist so that you keep growing and get solid.